Have you ever noticed how living in a rapidly growing metropolis can feel a bit like standing in the front row of a rock concert? It is absolutely thrilling, the energy is electric, but eventually you just really need to find the VIP lounge to catch your breath.
That is the perfect way to describe the expat experience in Ho Chi Minh City. You crave that vibrant street life, the endless river of motorbikes, the raw energy, but you don't necessarily want it echoing through your living room at 2 in the morning.
Exactly. And that brings us to a very specific place that seems to be the ultimate VIP lounge for the international community here. It's that iconic, wave-like silhouette you always spot on the skyline. What makes this specific complex such a magnet? It feels like everyone is constantly whispering about it in every cafe across town.
It really comes down to a masterclass in defying the typical urban box. Most high-rises are just rigid, uninspired glass rectangles. But these towers are entirely elliptical. Visually, it's stunning, but the genius of the curve is actually in the privacy. Because the buildings are cylindrical and the balconies are staggered, you aren't staring directly into someone else's apartment. You get these sweeping, uninterrupted views of the river, without making awkward eye contact with your neighbor while you're drinking your morning coffee in a bathrobe.
I love that. Privacy really is the ultimate luxury in a city of 10 million people. But a beautiful building is just a golden cage if it's in the wrong spot. Isn't the location here kind of a paradox? It's incredibly close to the central business district, yet somehow feels hidden away.
That's the secret sauce. You are literally a 5-minute scooter ride from the Japanese Quarter and all the downtown high-rises. But the moment you step out of the security gates, you aren't in some sterile, artificial bubble designed just for foreigners. You are instantly plunged into authentic Vietnamese alleyway culture. You've got an artisanal espresso shop right next to a family selling traditional noodle soup.
So it's like having one foot in a 5-star resort and the other in the beating heart of the real city. You don't have to sacrifice the gritty, beautiful local charm just to get international living standards.
Precisely. And speaking of that resort feel, over 70% of the property is dedicated to lush gardens and massive lap pools. It acts as a literal sound cocoon. You leave the chaotic roar of the streets, pass through the gates, and the city noise just dissolves into this gentle, distant hum. It actually makes you appreciate the city more because you have a peaceful base camp to decompress in.
It's fascinating how architecture and urban planning can actually shape our psychological well-being. It's not just about real estate liquidity or top-tier management, though I know the market value there is incredibly strong. It's really about how a physical space dictates your relationship with a foreign country.
Absolutely. It doesn't try to shield you from the city. Instead, it gives you the perfect, comfortable vantage point to fall in love with it on your own terms, every single day.
A beautiful thought to end on. Finding a home abroad isn't about replicating where you came from, but finding the right lens to view where you are. Something to think about the next time you look up at the skyline. Until next time, keep exploring.